2020 will go down as a massively important year. It's been a year of a global pandemic that has shut down countries, and a year of protest against police brutality like we've never seen before. After yet another shooting involving an unarmed black man by police, the NBA, MLB, and WNBA have all decided to walk off the field. These protests by black athletes are part of a long history of social activism. Today we'll look at just 5 examples of black athletes using their platforms to protest against social injustice. Hi, my name is Jared, and welcome to The 5, where we share 5 interesting things in black culture and society in every episode. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you can get notified when we release new videos. Number 1, the silent silver medalist. The story of Jesse Owens at the 1936 Berlin Games is infamous. He won 4 gold medals, infuriating Hitler, who believed the white race was dominant in every way and was looking forward to showing it at the Olympics. And there was Mac Robinson, Jesse Owens' teammate, who finished with a silver medal after Owens in the 200 meters. Robinson, who was also the older brother of Jackie Robinson, returned home to America just to find out, even as a decorated Olympian, the only work he could find was a street sweeper in his hometown of Pasadena, California. In a silent protest, Robinson wore his Olympic jacket while working in a white neighborhood during the evenings. What was the response from the white residents? They got the cops to make Robinson to take off the jacket. Number 2, the Lexington Boycott. In 1961, the Boston Celtics were in Lexington, Kentucky for an exhibition game before the 1961-62 season. 2 Celtic players, Sam Jones and Tom Sanders, were refused service in the coffee shop at their team hotel in Lexington. Bill Russell and other black players on the team boycotted the game and decided to fly back to Boston. The game went on without them, but it was a groundbreaking statement. Black athletes were not expected to complain publicly. Bill Russell at that point had already helped Boston to win 4 of its 11 championships. A St. Louis player, Cleo Hill, was also refused service in Lexington, joined the boycott. He was ostracized by his white teammates and was out of the NBA after that season. And can you believe Cleo Hill was a first-round pick? Number 3, Ali says no to war. Muhammad Ali was a giant of not just boxing, but also social justice. In 1966, at the height of the Vietnam War, Muhammad Ali's draft status was revised to make him eligible to fight in the war. He refused to be inducted into the U.S. Army and was stripped of his boxing titles at the age of 25, fined $10,000 and sentenced to 5 years in prison by a Houston jury.
My conscience won't let me go shoot my brother or some darker people or some poor hungry people in the mud for big powerful America and shoot them for what? They never called me nigger. They never lynched me. They never put no dogs on me. They never robbed me of my nationality, raped and killed my mother and father. What, I'm going to shoot them for what? How can I go shoot them? Them little poor little black people, little babies and children and women. How can I shoot them poor people? That would just take me to jail.
While Ali's lawyers appealed to the court's decision for the next 4 years, the boxer traveled the country speaking out against the Vietnam War.
Ali more than held his own against students who had a far better formal education than he.
I'm saying you talking about me about some draft, and all of you white boys are breaking your neck to get to Switzerland and Canada and London. I'm not going to help nobody get something my Negroes don't have. If I'm going to die, I'll die now, right here fighting you. If I'm going to die, you my enemy. My enemy is the white people, not Viet Congs or Chinese or Japanese. You my opposer when I want freedom. You my opposer when I want justice. You my opposer when I want equality. You won't even stand up for me in America for my religious beliefs, and you want me to go somewhere and fight, but you won't even stand up for me here at home.
His boxing license was restored in 1970, and the U.S. Supreme Court unanimously overturned Ali's conviction in 1971. Number 4, the Syracuse Nine. In 1970, 9 members of the Syracuse University football team, mistakenly referred to as the Syracuse 8, made a historic demand for equality for all players and a more diverse coaching staff. The 9 players stated that the football program had differential treatment in the medical examinations, academic advising, and more. They also wanted the team to hire a black assistant coach to bring diversity to the coaching team. Their demands were of course denied, and they decided to boycott their team's season. On October 20th, 2006, more than 30 years after the boycott, the 9 members of the Syracuse team were given the Chancellor's Medal by the university, among the highest honors at that school. And number 5, last but not least, the Black Lives Matter protests by athletes. While San Francisco 49er quarterback Colin Kaepernick has become infamous for kneeling during the national anthem, the protests against police brutality by black athletes began years before that. In 2014, Knox College basketball player Arena Smith walked onto the court with her arms raised, then fell on the floor for 4.5 minutes to protest the shooting and killing of Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. The same year, Cavaliers teammates LeBron James and Kyrie Irving were among several NBA players who wore "I Can't Breathe" t-shirts to protest the killing of Eric Gardner. Browns wide receiver Andrew Hawkins wore a t-shirt that read "Justice for Tamir Rice John Crawford" on the front and "The Real Battle of Ohio" on the back. In 2016, WNBA teams started wearing Black Lives Matter t-shirts. And now we have the current protest where the WNBA, the NBA, and MLB players are all boycotting games. That's it for this episode of The 5. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on what's going on in sports right now. We'll be back with another episode on Black culture and society.